Hey guys, and welcome back. I am back with the YouTube channel. So it's been long overdue, and I do apologize for that. All my loyal followers, subscribers, however you want to term yourself, most of you have been pretty much demanding me to make a return to YouTube and start providing some more content. And it's been pretty much over 3 years now since I've uploaded any content to this platform. So like I said, it's long overdue, and I thought, what better way to make a comeback than with a brand new prep series? Because for all of my loyal followers who have been watching since way back in 2017, you will know that I done the prep series for my 2017 UK BFF contest prep, and that was probably the most popular series that I had on my YouTube channel. So I wanted to make a comeback, and I wanted to come back with another prep series. Now this one, as you've already established from the title of this video, I'm going to call it the Overcome series. And the rationale behind why I want to call it that is because obviously it being 2020, unless you've been living under a rock, you know that this year has been very, very difficult for a lot of us due to the current circumstances, that being the pandemic, the global pandemic of COVID-19, and it's affected so many people. Obviously it's killed a lot of people, which is extremely sad and unfortunate, but it's affected people physically, emotionally, financially, and especially within obviously the bodybuilding and fitness community, which I'm mainly going to allude towards. It's affected a lot of people with their contest preps. I know some people personally and some people that I just follow on social media that had been prepping at the start of the year, and almost a week or two out of their shows, they were informed that the show had to be cancelled or postponed to a later date. And for a lot of people, there was that constant issue going on with, is my show going ahead? Is it not going ahead? It's then postponed to a later date, a couple of weeks later, then that was cancelled, and it's just caused a lot of issues for a lot of people. Now obviously in the grand scheme of things, that's only very, very small when we look at obviously the severity of this virus that's actually killing people. So the fact that some people have had their shows cancelled or postponed, it's not the end of the world. But still, as a fellow bodybuilder and an online coach who essentially revels in competing and just bodybuilding in general, I can understand the pain, anguish and frustration that these people went through. So like I said, there's been a lot of adversities this year, and that's essentially why I wanted to call this series the Overcome series, because other than the pandemic that we're all going through, with a contest prep alone, there's going to be adversities there as well. So we know that some of the byproducts of a contest prep is we're going to be feeling hungry due to obviously the deficit that we put our bodies into, which is an integral prerequisite to get into that stage condition. But then I say with that hunger, it's how do we overcome that? How do we manage to stay on track and not deviate off our meal plan? Obviously from a training perspective, there are going to be certain days where we're just not motivated. We don't want to go into the gym and train, and you're going to get certain YouTubers that will start saying things like, oh, that's not me, I never am unmotivated, I'm always determined, and I'm always ambitious to get into the gym and do my session. But in my opinion, they're lying, because even myself, somebody who is extremely passionate and determined to achieve my goals, there are days when I wake up and I'm just not really feeling it. I know it's going to be a very crap session, but this is where I felt like it was applicable to call this series the Overcome, because then I can show you guys through the entire process leading up to show day how to overcome those adversities that come with a contest prep. Starting off with the introduction of this new prep series. Today's going to be a push session, so I'm going to take you through that workout at the moment, just to give you guys an update with everything that's going on. For any of you that are from the UK, you will know that we've just come out of the second national lockdown. So this is actually my second session back in a, more of a commercial gym. Prior to that, during lockdown, I was very blessed and fortunate to have access to a training facility where it wasn't really, it didn't have everything that I needed, but it did suffice over that 3 to 4 week period. But now we're back, like I say, into our regular commercial gyms. Hopefully it's going to remain like this for the foreseeable future. We'll just have to see what the government says at the end of this month. But for the time being, like I said, we've got a push session today. I'm going to take you through that, go through a few things of what I'm doing initially in terms of managing fatigue, managing recovery. As for myself, body composition, body weight, those sort of things, I'm currently sitting at 222 pounds. But I'll go into that in a bit more detail later on when I'm actually in the gym. But that's pretty much it. So I'm going to crack on with my day. My morning consists of, that's little Stanley. So obviously you guys haven't seen him yet. This is the new member of the family, little Stanley. We got him just over a week ago. Stanley, because I'm a massive Marvel fan. So what I've done is I've taken the creator of Marvel, his name Stan Lee, and I've combined that together to create his name. So it's spelled Stanlee, but you guys probably don't even care. But anyway, that's him. That's his little introduction. But like I said, for me, my mornings consist of doing my online check-ins for my clients, making sure that they're, remaining accountable to their goals. And then from there, I'm going to get my pre-workout meal in, and then we're going to head off to the gym for this session. So stay tuned for the ride. I hope you are just as excited as I am for this new prep series. And yeah, see you soon. Alright guys, so here we are in Oakley Fitness in Kent. So like I said, we're about to start a push session today. First of all, we're going to start off with a side lateral variation, then we're going to move on to my main compound of today. Well, like I said, I've got two compounds in today, which is the incline Smith press and then a flat dumbbell press. But just to give you guys an update in terms of where I'm at the moment, I'm currently 20 weeks out from my first show in 2021. So the first show is going to be the Strong Classic. Initially, it was meant to be this year in September, but obviously due to the circumstances, the pandemic, COVID-19, they had to postpone it. So it's now going to be held in April 2021. Pretty sure the date's on the April 11th. Don't hold me to that. It might not be that date, but pretty sure it's around April the 11th. So that's the first show that I have planned for 2021, and then hopefully, again, if everything goes to plan with what's going on at the moment, with the pandemic and everything, I should be able to get a couple more shows in later on in the year. So ideally, I want to aim for 3 shows total in 2021. But our body weight is 222 pounds. So I'm actually 4 weeks already into this prep phase. So I started at the beginning of November, and essentially I treated November as just more of a tidy up phase. So made some adjustments from a drug cycle perspective, tidied up my caloric intake, energy expenditure, just to try and get that foundational set point. And since then I've dropped a total of 9 pounds. So it's a good rate of loss so far in the first 4 weeks. So like I say, that's a bit of an update of where I am. 20 weeks out, 222 pounds. We're going to get on with this push session, so hope you enjoy.
advancement. Might be a little bit ambitious here, but feeling good. So we'll give it a try with the 60s. I'll leave it there. Potentially could have got a 6, but I don't want to overdo it. The main objective for this initial week is to manage fatigue and recovery. So the 2 ways that I'm going to do that, the first method being reducing my volume slightly. So in this push rotation, I've taken out 2 sets. And the second method I'll implement again to help facilitate recovery is just not taking every single set to true failure. So that way I can allow my body to acclimate back again from a neurological perspective. So regain that strength that I've lost potentially over the last 3 to 4 weeks, and just manage fatigue so that I'm not so sore that I can't come back next session and still optimize my performance. So like I said, stop about 1 rep in reserve, leave it there, 1 set here. Now we move on to clavicular press. Right, we just wrapped up with all the pressing variations. So we're going to finish off now with another side lateral variation. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm sticking a side lateral variation at the front of my training session. So as you saw earlier, I've done standing cast side lateral raises, do 2 sets there, and then finish off with 1 more set. Now the rationale behind that is just because, you know, in comparison to the larger body parts and musculatures like the chest, it's going to be a little bit harder to get an efficient contraction. So while I'm at my strongest and at my freshest, at the beginning of the training session, I can really focus on generating that accuracy and, you know, more so that contraction of the actual medial delt. And then I can just finish off with 1 more set at the end, just to ensure that I've recruited every last fiber in the medial delt. So 2 sets at the beginning, 1 set here, and this is the seated cuff crucifix. finish up today's push session, and that's going to be the end of this YouTube video. Nothing overly exciting. The first video, like I said, just an introduction of the return to YouTube and the start of this Overcome series, and then obviously from a training perspective, like I said, just coming out of that lockdown, transitioning back into our regular gyms. The initial week, the main objective is essentially just trying to manage fatigue and recovery as best as I can. So in terms of intensity, there wasn't nothing impressive being displayed in today's session. In terms of the loading, the volume, all of that is pretty much at the baseline for this initial week. And then over the next couple of weeks, I'll start gradually bringing it back up to my, MRV, which is what's been coined as the maximum recoverable volume. So the maximum amount of volume that I can recover from. Obviously, you probably have heard other YouTubers talk about MRV, MEV, MAV. But yeah, we'll go into a bit more detail about all those sort of stuff at a later date. But this, like I said, it's just a relatively concise video introduction. But from here, like I say, it's just keep updating you guys with what's going on. I'll go into more detail with like the food aspects, so any changes that I make to my nutrition, to my energy expenditure, so my NEAT or cardio, the drug manipulations, all of that will be posted on my blog, on my forum. So you can check that out. No doubt the link will be in the description below. So you can head over to the website. It's completely free to sign up. I say on there you can keep up to date with everything else that's going on with all the other variables. But other than that, like I say, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm excited for this Overcome series. See what happens. Obviously, I'm most looking forward to getting back on stage because it's been over 3 years now since I last stepped on stage. So it's going to be really fun. I hope you guys enjoy the process, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.